Tonight, new details in the manhunt for a Sarasota man wanted for murder, where he was caught on camera just yesterday.
Plus, why a resentencing is issued for a man convicted of kidnapping and murdering an 11-year-old girl in Sarasota.
And why local business owners are crediting Suncoast residents for keeping them afloat during the red tide outbreak. Your Suncoast News starts now.
You're watching ABC7 News at 5.
Good evening, I'm Jacqueline Matter.
I'm Scott Dennis. Thanks so much for being with us tonight. Our top story, new details in the manhunt for a Sarasota man wanted for murder.
Deputies say 31-year-old Daniel Davenport is on the run after they believe he killed 55-year-old Sergio Hostins. Surveillance photos captured Davenport in Orlando just yesterday, driving the very car that belonged to Hostins. Deputies are confident he is responsible for the murder after finding evidence linking Davenport to the house in Naples where Hostins' body was found. Deputies tell us Davenport was an associate of Hostins, but they would not release exactly how the two knew each other.
New developments in the case of a Sarasota man convicted of kidnapping, raping, and murdering 11-year-old Carly Bruscia. Joseph Smith was originally sentenced to death by a jury, but now the Florida Supreme Court has ordered that any death penalty sentences that were not decided unanimously by a jury must be thrown out and a resentencing issued. Today, Smith's attorneys pushed for a resentencing date of February of 2020, but Judge Charles Roberts was not okay with that. He ruled that 1 year was plenty of time to prepare for a resentencing hearing and temporarily scheduled that resentencing for October of 2019. A Northport woman is behind bars accused of trying to drown her 3-year-old daughter. Back in July, police say 25-year-old Claudia Gonzalez Garcia left the child with her ex-husband and moved to Texas. While there, police say she told her friend that she tried to drown her child while she was bathing her. She returned to Northport earlier this month. Police then interviewed her ex-husband, who also said she told him she thought of hurting the child. Gonzalez Garcia was arrested for aggravated child abuse.
The city of Venice is holding a meeting to discuss red tide. That meeting is open to the public to answer any questions that the community may have. That meeting will be held October 24th at 1 p.m. at Venice City Hall. There will also be a number of other presentations. And we also, in just a few moments, will hear from Erica Jackson about how businesses have been affected by the red tide.
That's right. Well, a nice day on the Suncoast. Nice if you want to head out to the beach, too. Let's get to Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan for more on our forecast.
Yeah, lots going on at area beaches. A lot of folks coming back to them, too. And I'm seeing a lot more photos on social media of folks out there fishing and not complaining about any kind of red tide. And I also want to let people know, coming up on Siesta Key this Friday night, a big deal going on from 5 to 9, I believe it is. It's Tip from the Heart. That's right. There's going to be a lot of specials out there from restaurants and area bars just to help out with some of the people who have been suffering over the past several months there. So you want to go out there and visit. Obviously, the nice sunny skies out there today. Once in a while we have a few clouds going by, but generally fair conditions. Strong east winds this morning, 5 to 10, not really strong, but we'll be switching around to the west here along the coastline pretty quickly. 91 degrees, feels like 97 out there. Winds out of the southeast, but as I mentioned, those winds will start to switch around. There's a little sea breeze that'll kick in, and the dew point temperature is pretty low. That's the nice thing. It's at 70 degrees, and not much rain out there to help us out as far as cooling us down. Some showers along the east coast. There's a chance we could see 1 or 2 passing showers later on this evening, but not a lot. You can see 1 or 2 popping up here and there into East Sarasota and Manatee counties at this hour, but live sweep of the radar not showing much going on. That's a result of some real dry air in place. Get a look at these temperatures. Here we are in the fall, and it's not feeling like that way at all. These are summer-like readings right now. 91 in Northport, 91 in Venice, 92 in Braden. Sea breeze has kicked in Cortez. It's 84. It feels like 98 degrees in Punta Gorda, 97 into Northport. Well, more on this heat and when there will be a break coming up in just a few minutes. Back to you.
All right, Bob, thank you. Still too early to say if red tide is completely clear from our beaches, but this break from dead fish and respiratory irritation is giving local businesses a much-needed boost.
ABC7's Erica Jackson joins us live from Anna Maria Island to share how local businesses adapted during their lowest points this year.
Jacqueline, Scott, good evening. Many Manatee tourism officials say many visitors coming from out of state move their reservations, hoping to visit once the red tide subsides. So local businesses had to depend on local customers to stay alive during the extremely slow season. This is why many visitors skipped their annual visit to Anna Maria Island this summer. Dead fish in canals and an irritating stench coming from the Gulf. But just weeks later, local businesses are crossing their fingers, hoping this is the light at the end of the tunnel. Beachgoers stepping on sugar white sand and swimming in clearer water.
I see people in the water, I see umbrellas down by the beach, I see children playing on the beach. It's the way that the beach was really meant to be used.
With so many tourists canceling or moving their vacations, businesses are still looking to locals in Sarasota and Manatee counties to survive the red tide's impact.
There's a lot of different things to do on the island over and above just come to a beach resort. And there's the restaurants, the museums.
Eric Cairns is the manager for the Cedar Grove Resort and Cottages. He credits locals and returning guests for filling up every room at the Holmes Beach Hotel for the last 2 weekends.
They're getting a lot of people down here to spend time on the island, which is fabulous.
If it wasn't for that community support, we would not have made it through.
The red tide cut a deeper wound into the Bunny and Pirates Bazaar bar, which opened weeks before the algae bloom reached the island. Co-owner Elizabeth Shore says daytime sales dropped 90% after the red tide hit and depends on community organized events and discounts to survive.
The cooks could have more hours on the schedule and employees could be making more tips.
Businesses are preparing for the return of international visitors, hoping to bounce back during Anna Maria's peak season.
It's just a beautiful island. It's a beautiful place to be.
Manatee County is still trying to get more customers to visit Anna Maria Island, so many restaurants are offering discounts throughout the rest of the month. We have details on those deals on our website, mysuncoast.com. Reporting live on Anna Maria Island, Erica Jackson, ABC7, your Suncoast News.
Erica, thank you.
ABC7 business commentator Richard Stern joining us now. Richard, some green arrows across the board today.
What a difference from late last week. Remember Wednesday and Thursday? I think I forgot those. I took them out of my memory. Anyway, you know, people in the real estate business talk about location, location, location. Well, in the investment world, we talk about earnings, earnings, and earnings. And boy, are we starting to see some terrific earnings. The Dow Jones Industrial Average, the NASDAQ Composite, and the S&P all closed with the highest numbers we've seen, the best single day since late in March, almost 7 months ago. Every one of the 30 stocks that make up the Dow Jones Industrial Average moved higher. All 11 segments of the S&P moved higher. Any questions? Quite a day. Let's take a look at the numbers, and indeed, impressive they are. The Dow up almost 548 points, closing at 25,798.42, a gain almost 2.2%, that on volume of 699 million shares. And look at this, the NASDAQ was leading all year long, not the last 2 weeks, but how about today? Up 215 points, a gain of 2.9%, closing at 7,645.49. That on volume of 1,713 million shares. And the S&P, clean sweep indeed, up 59 points, also more than 2.1%, closing at 2,809.92. Well, how about an example of these terrific earnings? Johnson & Johnson, I expect you've heard of them. They've only been in business since the 1800s, and oh yes, they are one of the 30 components of the Dow Jones Industrial Average. They came out with third quarter earnings today that were well ahead of Wall Street expectations. A lot of it had to do with 2 of their cancer drugs, which are selling extremely well as some repackaging and rechanging of some of their baby products, which had been lagging and are lagging no more. J&J, of course, makes all kinds of products. We're all familiar with Band-Aids and all Tylenol and those kinds of things. But indeed, they're firing on all cylinders. They're a good example of what's happening on Wall Street today. And indeed, last week was real, but so was today. And if we continue to get very strong earnings, you're going to see reactions very much like we've seen today. And certainly no complaints about that.
Well, Netflix, what's going on with Netflix today?
Speaking of late news, great news. Netflix came out with earnings after the market closed. 7 million new subscribers as opposed to the expectation of 5. The stock is going to be way up tomorrow morning.
Wow, that's impressive.
Very impressive indeed.
Thanks, Richard.
You're welcome.
Still to come in your Suncoast News tonight, Hurricane Michael recovery continues in the Florida Panhandle as rescue crews are still searching for survivors.
And Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan will be back with your first alert forecast, plus why black women are at a disadvantage when it comes to fighting breast cancer. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
The ABC7 Stock Report is sponsored by Sunset Cadillac.
Florida's coral reefs are declining. Bad news for our oceans and marine life. Fortunately, you can help, and you don't have to dive, you just have to drive. When you purchase Moat's Protect Our Reefs license plate, $25 goes directly to Moat Marine Laboratory, whose research, restoration, and conservation programs are helping this precious natural resource thrive once again. So get your Moat Protect Our Reefs license plate today. You just might hold the key to saving Florida's reefs.
Reorganizing a space in your home? Save up to 15% on our premium finishes during the California Closets Autumn Upgrade event. Contact us today for a free design consultation. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.
Excuse me a minute. Hi, Dad. No, don't try to get up.
Hi, I'm Julie, a right-at-home caregiver. And if I'd been caring for Tom's dad, I would have noticed some dizziness that could lead to balance issues. That's because I'm trained to report any changes in behavior, no matter how small. So Tom could have peace of mind.
We'll be right there. We have to go.
Hey, Tom, you should try Right at Home. They're great for us.
The right care, right at home.
Blue 32, Blue 32, hut hut. It's the Ghetto Gridiron Challenge. The game's on to sell 2,000 vehicles. 12 teams compete for the #1 spot. Score a great deal at every Ghetto dealership. Buy with 0 down. Make no payments for 90 days. Choose from 14 of your favorite brands, all on sale. Who will make it to the end zone? You decide. Rush to a Ghetto location near you or visit Ghetto.com.
Ghetto's got it.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
You want a Maserati, but you need an SUV. Why not have both? Levante, the Maserati of SUVs.
Experience it at Sunset Maserati Alfa Romeo of Sarasota.
Reorganizing a space in your home? Save up to 15% on our premium finishes during the California Closets Autumn Upgrade event. Contact us today for a free design consultation. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.
Tomorrow at 9 on Suncoast View.
Life Out Loud. I'm Linda Carson. On Suncoast View, American Stage explains why that's their theme this season and why their opening play, Between Riverside and Crazy, is such a shocker. We'll have a fashion show of wearable art by Heart's Desire Boutique and see how those high-tech appliances take over the laundry room, and Geyers is in the kitchen.
Tomorrow at 9 on Suncoast View.
Nearly a week after Hurricane Michael left parts of the Florida Panhandle in ruins, emergency officials are still working to clear debris as the search continues for survivors. ABC's Will Carr shows us the recovery efforts in Panama City.
President Trump just took in all of this damage. You go block after block all across this area. There is rubble pretty much everywhere. The real story, though, today is the human toll. There are so many people who are continuing to live without power. They don't have cell service. They don't have running water. We spoke to one woman who rode the storm out on the second story of a motel with her family. That floor of the motel is gone. It's really amazing that they survived. Now they're staying in a house that is covered in insulation. It is so hot inside of that house, and night after night, they're living in darkness. They're trying to get help from FEMA. The best way that people can do that is to get online or download the FEMA app. But if you don't have power and you don't have cell service, that's impossible. The next best thing you can do is find a FEMA truck in this area, but that is a complicated process in and of itself. in Panama City, Will Carr, ABC News.
I kind of put you, I was kind of putting you on the spot here, Bob. But what do you think we're going to learn from this storm, and sort of the efforts and the issues that we're seeing now in the Panhandle?
Well, I mean, what we've learned is that when the Gulf of Mexico is that hot and a storm gets in there, that it can explode, and it can go over the Gulf Loop current too. So intensity forecasting isn't all that great. We've been talking about that. And obviously, if you're going to make a plan to evacuate based on the intensity, I wouldn't. If you're asked to evacuate, leave. It doesn't matter, because the initial forecast for that was for a 75-mile-an-hour storm to make landfall. That was the initial from the Western Caribbean up into the Panhandle, and you saw what happened. Almost went to a 5. So things can happen very quickly with these storms. Also, on top of that, as far as the water temperature goes in the Gulf of Mexico, there was nothing really around there to stop it. And we also, the models were suggesting a lot of shear that was expected to go on through the Gulf. Well, that storm still developed despite the shear that was around, and so that's another unusual thing to happen with that. Again, beautiful weather out there on the area beaches, and you can see this is a Casey Key beach cam showing calm conditions out there in the waters there on the north end of Casey Key, looking pretty nice, inviting, if you will. No red tides, east wind 5 to 10 miles an hour throughout the day. That really warmed things up. Now, there is a frontal boundary located to our north, but high pressure still off the east coast of Florida will dominate our weather. Now, this is going to get bumped around a little bit. It's going to head to the south and eventually allow this front to get close to us as yet another cold front starts to develop to the north of it. But the cold front itself is just moving very slowly to the south, causing all sorts of headaches in Texas with heavy rain, flash flooding, and flooding issues there. We have had a few showers down to the south and to the east of us. Not a lot going on right now. All is pretty quiet out there. We expect maybe 1 or 2 lone showers to pop up. And we saw this last night, too, a little cluster of storms developing off in the Gulf and lighten the sky up around 10, 11 o'clock at night. We could see similar conditions again overnight. Tomorrow, still pretty dry out there. We're not expecting a lot of rainfall. A few showers are possible. One thing we will get, though, is the heat. High temperatures expected to be near record-breaking highs again on Wednesday. We can't get rid of this heat, but I got to tell you, I've been taking a sneak peek at the long-range forecast, and at the end of this month, just before Halloween, you may need your sweaters. That's how cool it looks like it's going to get. Now, we're going to see a pretty big blast of some cold air. We're talking highs in the 70s on the 27th, 28th of this month, maybe a little bit off in the timing, but we'll see. I think it will eventually really chill out here by the end of October. Right now, the highs tomorrow will not chill out. Highs will be into the upper 80s to near 90 degrees, and we'll have a few clouds in the afternoon. Not a lot of rainfall due to this. Look at this massive area of dry air covering the eastern Gulf of Mexico and just off the east coast of Florida. Good news, if there is some good news to find, is that recovery efforts not being hampered by any major storms or any kind of front right now, but long-range models, the European in particular, suggesting there could be a storm around the lower Gulf Coast states next week around Tuesday or Wednesday. Speaking of storms, this was being watched pretty closely by the National Hurricane Center yesterday, but today, since it's made its way over land, is not a big concern because it can't develop over land, but still some big storms here in this area. When they get this kind of rainfall, mudslides are a big problem as far as life-threatening mudslides go. They could see that 0% chance developing. Most of the models take it off into the Pacific, where it could possibly develop into a storm and head off to the west. Now, for us, we're looking pretty high and dry as far as the tropics go right now. East winds turn to the northwest at 10 knots. We'll have a light chop out there. Seas running right around 2 feet. The extended forecast then, little chance for late day showers tomorrow at 30%. Again, on 30% on Thursday. Notice the high temperatures, low 90s, and then we cool down as a backdoor cold front comes in. We'll see slightly cooler temperatures. That front really washes out, but it will keep things a little bit cooler. And then another secondary front arrives Monday, and we'll see highs into the mid-80s. That's pretty seasonal for this time of year, and low temperatures in the low 70s. Back to you.
All right, Bob, thank you. Let's check first alert traffic. Right now we're seeing some traffic in Manatee County heading north on 301 just before you hit Manatee Avenue intersection. That's always a busy area, and there's some backup there at this hour. Also heading south right there near State Road 70 and 301. Jacqueline?
Thanks, Scott. In health news tonight, breast cancer disparities. Did you know that black women are more likely than white women to die from breast cancer here in the U.S.? ABC's Emily Rao explains.
October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and tennis star Serena Williams went topless in a music video to remind women about the importance of breast exams and to be aware of any changes they may find. Breast cancer touches many people, both men and women, but disproportionately affects Black women in the U.S. They are now 42% more likely to die from breast cancer than white women. Researchers say that has to do with genetics and social factors. So now prominent figures like Serena Williams are stepping up to remind women between 40 and 49 years old to talk to their doctor or healthcare professional about when to start and how often to get a mammogram. With this Medical Minute, I'm Emily Rao, ABC News.
Coming up, how this home in Mexico Beach survived the historic Hurricane Michael, and floodwaters take down a bridge following heavy rain in central Texas. We'll take a look at the conditions people there are facing.
Reorganizing a space in your home? Save up to 15% on our premium finishes during the California Closets Autumn Upgrade event. Contact us today for a free design consultation. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.
Rugs as Art. You know the name, you know the building, but do you know what's inside? Yes, Rugs as Art is Florida's #1 area rug superstore. But there is so much more. Amazing furniture, accessories, and art. All this and more. Come see for yourself. You'll love our personal touch and be pleasantly surprised by our affordable prices. Rugs as Art and more. There is so much more to explore.
Our nurse Jennifer, all we did is pick up the phone if I was having a bad day, and the next thing we know, she was here at the door. I can't believe that I would have received any greater care anywhere. From that moment on, everything changed dramatically. And I don't know what we would have done without that.
Get more for your money at Sunset Subaru in Sarasota. Subaru vehicles hold their value better than any other brand for 2018, according to ALG. And Subaru is Kelley Blue Book's most trusted brand for 4 years running. The Subaru Outback is an IIHS top safety pick for 10 years running. Lease a new Subaru Outback today for just $249 a month, or get 0% financing with 0 down. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
This is an important message for anyone with Medicare. You may be eligible for an all-in-one Medicare plan that combines hospital, medical, and prescription drug coverage together with extra benefits that may include dental, vision, hearing aids, and much more. Some of these plans have a $0 monthly premium regardless of your income. That's right. For one low plan premium, or in some cases a $0 premium, you may be able to get coverage for your hospital visits, doctor appointments, prescription drugs, routine dental care, eyeglasses and contact lenses, hearing aids, and possibly more. Today may be the first time you've heard about this type of Medicare plan. The advisors at the Medicare.com helpline are licensed insurance agents who will explain more when you call. Call now to see if you qualify. Call the number on your screen now. Call now to see if you qualify for these benefits. You worked hard for your Medicare. Now is the time for your Medicare to work hard for you. Not affiliated with or acting on behalf of any government agency or program.
Reorganizing a space in your home? Save up to 15% on our premium finishes during the California Closets Autumn Upgrade event. Contact us today for a free design consultation. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.
When my youngest, Addie, was 2.5, she was diagnosed with leukemia. When we first heard that diagnosis, you feel extremely alone. Walking in that Light the Night light with 6,000 people carrying lights, white for survivors, red for supporters, gold in memory of those who have passed. It's the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society's hope that every year there are fewer gold lanterns. Your lantern will make a difference.
Start a team, join a team.
Help us light the night.
The owners of a house that made it through Hurricane Michael say the design saved their home. The 3-story, 4-bedroom vacation rental known as the Sand Palace is located in Mexico Beach, and it's about the only thing left standing there. It rose in prominence after the house was shown standing high on stilts above the debris left in Michael's wake. The owners say the house was built with hurricanes in mind. It was built to withstand winds in excess of 200 miles an hour. Heavy rain triggered major flooding that took out a bridge in central Texas today. With the Llano River hitting major historic flood stage, the heavy currents swept that bridge away. Weather officials say between midnight and 6 a.m. the river rose from nearly 16.5 feet to more than 39 feet. The high floodwaters also carried several boats, jet skis, a roof, and debris down that river.
New video captures the dramatic bus crash on a Los Angeles freeway that left dozens injured. You can see the large white bus swerves right. It swerves right and then it actually crosses left over the lanes. It then plows through the center divider and into oncoming traffic as a pickup truck spins out of control. Now, one witness on the bus says this was a case of road rage, claiming that the driver of the white vehicle towing a trailer cut the bus off and then slammed on the brakes. The bus driver then losing control in an effort to avoid a crash. A Bradenton resident came across something unexpected as he was golfing on Saturday afternoon. He saw a huge alligator strolling across the Buffalo Creek golf course in Palmetto and pulled out his cell phone to get it all on video.
We've seen that one before out there. That is a very large bull gator right there.
No, thank you.
Yeah.
Well, still to come on your Suncoast News, the state approves a new traffic stop for a busy area in Northport. Why West Village officials say this will make that intersection more safe.
Plus, Sarasota Memorial Hospital is buying the former Herald Tribune building in downtown Sarasota. What the hospital is planning to do with that new space.
Your last chance for 2018 Honda Civics on sale is now. During our model year-end sale, drive new Civics for just $169 a month. You made Civic the best-selling compact car in America. And now get Civic, a KBB.com's best buy of the year for less than the competition. New Civics just $169 a month. Your last chance for Civics, all on sale this week at your local Honda dealer.
Did you know you could get life insurance for less than 32 cents a day? With guaranteed acceptance whole life insurance through TrueStage, you can get up to $25,000 in protection with a single phone call, and you cannot be turned down for any reason. Even if you have health problems or are living on a fixed income, guaranteed acceptance whole life insurance policies could work for you, with prices starting at less than 32 cents a day. That's as low as $9.40 a month. TrueStage can help free your family from immediate financial stress when you're gone.
Utility bills, mortgages, car payments, those are a lot of things that can add up pretty fast.
My mom didn't have life insurance and the cost all fell on me. And that's expensive. We're still paying for that.
Yeah, we're still paying for that.
Call 1-800-218-4991 now. In one phone call, you can help prepare your family with protection amounts up to $25,000. There are no medical tests or health questions. And remember, you cannot be turned down for any reason. In fact, TrueStage policies are already protecting over 18 million Americans. And rates are designed to be affordable, starting at less than 32 cents a day. That's as low as $9.40 a month. Plus, your price will never increase and your benefit will never decrease.
When I leave, everything will be taken care of for them.
Call 1-800-218-4991 now for a free, no-obligation quote. TrueStage offers plans to fit your budget with prices starting at less than 32 cents a day. Help protect your family from immediate financial burdens after you're gone with guaranteed acceptance whole life insurance through TrueStage. Call 1-800-218-4991 now.
Today, everyone is looking for carpeting that lasts longer. G. Fried has you covered with Karastan. With a legacy of quality and integrity, we provide you with a huge selection of Karastan carpets with exclusive lifetime limited warranties. All installed by our highly skilled, highly knowledgeable team. Come ask us why Karastan is the best and most durable. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.